Mark, very good to see you. We're starting with an important question that you get all the time and talk through, I'm sure. Are you tax ready for retirement? Taxes don't disappear in retirement as much as we would like them to. In fact, understanding tax implications becomes even more important. So let's talk through 4 tax questions that you should be asking your advisor before you retire. The first one, how will my tax situation change once I retire?
Yeah, this is one of the most important questions I think that people often overlook. And we have to understand one of the biggest costs you're going to pay, or one of the biggest fees you're going to pay in retirement is taxes.
Mhm.
So how will it change? Because if we think about it, a lot of people in the go-go years early on are going to be spending more. So really they could be in a higher tax bracket. Along with that, you've lost all your deductions, so you don't have anything to offset that income. So really, the myth was you're going to be in a lower tax bracket, but in reality, especially with people that have been really good savers, they end up being in much higher tax brackets throughout retirement, let alone when they get to required minimum distributions. That can really throw people off the tracks relative to creating much higher tax liability.
Right. Really good point. And that brings us to our next question. Are there strategies to reduce my tax liability in retirement?
Yeah, it's interesting. We always put together what we call a tax roadmap for most of our clients that are looking at this. They really want to get around or get their heads around this tax planning idea. So obviously, first and foremost would be considering Roth conversions. There's we can do Roth contributions, backdoor Roths. We can actually use trust. Do we need to use a trust? Do we need to use insurance, annuities to get the job done? Because eventually tax rates are going to go up, and most people have way too much money in the tax deferred bucket. And as we can see, we're in really low tax rates, the lowest we've seen in 44 years.
Mhm.
So this is the time to do the tax planning. We believe we have a reprieve of probably another 4 years of low tax rates to get this done. I think you could extend that out and create a plan that's maybe over 10 years to convert.
Mhm. Though, I think a lot of people want to know, and we've touched on it before, should I consider a Roth conversion before I stop working?
Yeah, and I think this is a critical question because, again, in some degree, the answer is it depends. But if we look at where tax rates are today, we could really say, it does make sense, but we want to, maybe we want to stay in the bracket we're in. Let's say we're in the 22% bracket. We do a conversion. We still remain in that 22% bracket, and we're still paying taxes while taxes are on sale. So yes, in those situations, it would make sense to consider a Roth conversion while you're still getting a paycheck.
Mhm. And then the last question would be it kind of comes down to your withdrawal strategy. What are the tax implications of withdrawing from my various accounts?
Yeah, so a lot of people just think, okay, I retire. My whole life I've done accumulation. Then I'm going to just start drawing from my 401k. I'm going to take Social Security as early as I can. I've got a pension. Well, all of those sources of income have a big, or can have a big impact on your tax situation. Like when you take Social Security, when you take if you have a pension, when you take that pension, that sort of thing. So really identifying those sources of income, creating a withdrawal strategy, and really look at the tax implications of when and how to take those is going to be critically important. So we always suggest, look, if your advisor's not looking at this, they really need to start looking at this because,
Right.
again, managing money and growing money is super important. But obviously, this is a big threat to our retirement, and we want to mitigate that as much as possible.
Right, absolutely. And a lot of these strategies require proactive planning. So the sooner you can have this conversation, the better. Mark, if somebody wants to talk this through with you, how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so they can just easily pick up the phone, call our office. The phone number is 303-681-0113. Or if you'd like, you can go to our website. We've got a wealth of different things on the website, but also there's a calendar link. You can click that and you can match up your calendar to mine and schedule, a 15, 30-minute phone call, Zoom call, whatever you would like. And someone on our team or myself, we can answer all your questions.
Great. Mark, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Erin.